Thank you. So thank you for coming to the October 24th meeting of Smithfield Township Supervisors. Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Thank you. All right, I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Any comments or questions? All in favor? Aye. And I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of October 10th. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Aye. Okay, Pat, could we please have a report of executive session?
Sure, the board met briefly in executive session before this evening's public meeting to discuss personnel and litigation. No decisions were made, no votes were taken.
Thank you. Public comment on non-agenda items from anyone? Okay, announcements, there's just a couple. We're in budget season, so the public is welcome to come to any of the Board of Supervisor workshop sessions while we work on the budget. They are normally Fridays at, starting at 8 o'clock in the morning. There will be a special meeting on October 29th at 9:30 a.m. of the supervisors because there's not all three of us here. So if we want to move forward on anything that has to do with the Revitalize 209 grant, the three of us have to unanimously agree on something. So to push the ball forward, there is a special meeting on Tuesday, October 29th at 9:30 a.m. The staff attended the PSATS Regional Forum on October 15th. So we're grateful that the entire office went to that and they learned. We had a successful trunk or treat last Saturday. From what I understand, Parks and Recreation and everyone that was there was like 1,000 people, so that's good. We wanted to thank the Master Gardeners for cleaning up and putting to bed the rain garden at the Community and Cultural Center. Speaking of which, the Lions Club is having their Friendship Day this Saturday, October 26th. At 12 noon. So if anyone would like to go there and see what the Lions Club is all about, you're welcome. And there's a flyer on the side. The Bushkill Emergency Corps is having their gala also Saturday night, October 26th at Shawnee. There's a flyer on the side if anyone's interested. The Bushkill Fire Company on October 27th is having a meet and greet from 2 to 5 at the firehouse. And then November 2nd, November 3rd, there is the Veterans Day Parade, and a new event was just added at the Community and Cultural Center, which is the Veterans Day. There's a dinner on November 2nd, Saturday, November 2nd. So there should be a flyer over on the side. If there's not, you can check our website for it. And miss anything? Okay, okay, so that's,
A lot going on.
yeah, it seems like everything is happening Saturday, so. Okay, and that brings us to the treasurer's report. Again, we can discuss this on Tuesday when there's all three of us here. But there has been some talk about, in our budget meetings to have one at night so the public could attend, because those are not recorded or Zoom in like these meetings are, but we'll find out about that on Tuesday. But for now, on the treasurer's report, I will make a motion to pay from our general fund $107,779.88. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Aye. A motion from our sewer fund to pay $104,513.01. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Then from Liquid Fuels, a motion to pay $19,130.83. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Aye. And then to pay golf. We keep waiting for when the last golf bill is gonna pay. A motion to pay from our golf account, $2,404.51.
Sorry,
Any comments or questions?
quick question.
Yes, sir.
What's it going to if we sold the course?
There's some residual things,
Electric bills.
like electric bills that are paid monthly that we're stuck with. And then there's 2 pieces of equipment and the legal bill for the sale of the golf course.
I'll be back there.
Yeah. So a motion and a second. Any other comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so that takes care of that. And now we're up to the Solicitors Report.
Thank you. There's a few items on our report. The first one is Bushkill Fire Company request for municipal letter of consent. It's my understanding that Bushkill, Fire Company's asking for the township's authorization or approval for them to enter into a finance or loan agreement for the purchase of a custom Spartan pumper in the amount of $1,489,340. This is not, the township is not entering into a financing agreement. The township is not paying for the fire truck. But it is a requirement of the IRS that the township hold this very brief public hearing and formally approve the fire department, Bushkill Fire Department, to proceed with the purchase of the truck by way of this consent. And it's specifically section 147F under the Internet or Internal Revenue Code. So this is it's been posted as a public hearing pursuant to the code. Are there anyone here in the public that has comment on this? Seeing none, if the board wanted to consider a motion to authorize and execute the section 147F approval of written contract, it would be appropriate at this time. Make that motion.
And Mark makes a motion, I'll second. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Aye. And thank you very much for your newsletter article. I appreciate it. No, thank you for all you do.
The next item under my report is the proposed comprehensive zoning ordinance amendment. We spoke on the work session. My intent is to have the packaged zoning ordinance comprehensive ordinance for you at one of your November meetings, so you can review it, fill in any remaining blanks, and authorize it to be sent to the county and township planning commission for review.
Okay, and our November meetings are November 7th and November 21st. So, okay.
And the next item, Local Economic Revitalization Tax Assistance Act, the LERTA. As you know, I've reached out to the county solicitor as well as the school district solicitor, trying to kind of get us on their radar to extend the LERTA for an additional 10 years. The current one doesn't expire until, I want to say, sometime middle of 2025. I haven't gotten much response yet, probably because there's so much time between now and then. But we had talked about the work session, if you want to authorize me to almost prepare the resolutions for the county and school district and kind of push that envelope and give them everything they need to at least get it on an agenda for them to approve. So if you wanted to authorize my office to prepare those resolutions and send them to the solicitor for the county and the school district and kind of help them along the process to try and not push them, but guide them towards adopting the extension.
No, so moved.
Sorry.
Any comments or questions? All in favor? Aye. And a member of the school board did send me a contact that is their CFO, who said, you know, maybe you could try calling them.
I need to go through the solicitor. I mean,
Yeah,
someone else from the township, but
right,
it's probably,
meaning us,
Yeah.
you know.
I'm hesitant.
So
What I
we'll
can do
try.
is I can copy you on my correspondence to the solicitors. And if you wanted to forward it on to whoever you could,
Yeah,
but I'm gonna stick with for now, at least until their solicitor gives me authorization to contact someone else from either of the entities. All right?
Okay, thank you.
The next item, proposed amendment to the nuisance ordinance, that's been discussed. It was discussed briefly, I think, at your last meeting, and it was discussed again on Friday at the work session. And this would just be authorizing me to prepare that nuisance ordinance amendment for Middle Smithfield Township for your consideration. And again, you have a nuisance section, and you also have some noise requirements in your zoning ordinance. The idea would be to incorporate the noise restrictions and provisions in the nuisance section, which is a standalone chapter in your code of ordinances. So moved.
Okay, so Mark makes a motion, I'll second. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Aye. I know, Charlie, you have that lady that keeps, that's calling. Okay, yeah.
And then the final thing under my report, Harmony Bridge Oasis LLC, as you're aware, there's been some litigation enforcement with respect to a short-term rental. We have come to a settlement agreement with them. They have executed it, and it's now before you to approve and authorize its execution as well.
So as zoning, Mark, would you like to make that motion? So Mark makes the motion, I'll second. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Aye.
And
Okay,
again, just so everyone's aware, that's for the property located at 624 Westlake Drive. And that's all the items under my report. I'll probably have some additional comments and guidance on items further on the agenda, but that's it for me unless there's something further the board needs from me at this point. Okay, thank you. Yeah.
thank you. That brings us to our engineers report. Ben, you're online with us? There he is.
I said one item here, and report.
Oh, Ben? Excuse me, Ben, could you try and be a little louder and state who you are?
The audio's not working.
Yeah,
right?
He's gonna pass her.
are you calling from your cell phone or something? Yeah, we can hardly hear you. Let me see if we. That's not gonna look very interesting. Let me see if I can.
Oh, yeah, Ben. Yeah, so-
Okay, do you wanna try it again, Ben? Okay, he's gonna try and call in. All right. Well, while he's doing that, we are tabling old business until Tuesday. So I'll make the motion to table all of Revitalize 209 until Tuesday.
Definitely.
So I make the motion, you second?
Second.
Okay, comments or questions? All in favor? Aye. Okay, so under new business, we have resolution 10-2024-2, which is a resolution to increase the amount paid to the elected tax collector, this position has not been increased in 12 years. So we are tabling it tonight. We have a draft resolution, but we just want to make sure that all three supervisors are here for that and agree on the rate. So I would make a motion to table that.
Second.
Any comments or questions? All in favor? Aye. Mark, it looks like you have a joinder deed.
Yes, make a motion to for resolution 1024-3, joining deed for Stimple and Previously.
I'll second. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Aye. Okay, and now, oh, it looks like Ben is back. Okay. Can you hear us, Ben?
Can you hear me?
Oh my gosh, that's much better.
Sorry about that.
We see you
Apologies.
and hear you.
All right, I'm not interrupting something else. Is this a good time for me to?
Yes, we'll
Okay.
go back to the engineer's report.
All right, here we go. So, yeah, the one item on for tonight, is the Big Ridge Drive. Sorry, the background there's right. Big Ridge Drive, sewer relocation. So this is the bridge, that's, currently closed off. There's a force main, strapped to the underside of it. We're looking to relocate that, a little bit to the east of the bridge, in anticipation of whenever that does get, demolished. In order to do a utility crossing of any, stream, there's a general permit, that's required by DEP. It's a GP5 application. Monroe County Conservation District, actually handles the review on that. But our office prepared, the application to go into them. And so, the motion for tonight would just be for, the supervisors to authorize, you and Ned to sign on behalf of the township that application. And then it's a $250 application fee. So it's authorizing that, so that we can submit that on your behalf for review. I don't know if anybody has any questions on that.
Would you like to make that motion? Norm? Okay, and I'll second. Any comments or questions from anyone? All in favor? Aye. Okay. Then you have to have more. You made all that, you went through all that trouble to sign in.
No, it's all good. So, I've got a couple kids fighting, so I'll stay on here, but if I don't answer to another question you have, I'm probably tending to that real quick. So,
Okay,
all right,
well, not only that, we'll see you tomorrow also.
Okay. That sounds good. Michelle, you can send me a message if there's anything else you need me for. So,
Okay, we'll do.
All right.
Thank you.
very good. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you. Have a good night, Ben.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Joys of parenthood. The joys of parenthood.
Yeah. Okay, so, now we're up to new business letter C. To authorize the public notice of intent to appoint certified public accountants to replace the elected township auditors in order for them to do the audit, to make an examination of all accounts of the township and its officers for fiscal year 2024. So I will make that motion.
Second.
Any comments or questions?
I think it's a very good idea.
Yeah, we do it every year. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay. And then after that, we have an elected auditor who is moving. So they have submitted their letter of resignation because they are moving. So I would make that motion to accept that letter of resignation.
Second.
Any comments or questions? So that means that the township will be accepting letters of interest from anyone who would be interested in performing as an elected auditor for the remainder of this term. And then next year is a municipal election, so somebody would have to actually run for this position. Yes, sir.
I have a question. So if by chance I get approved for the economic development committee, I can't look into.
Well, you could do this, but you would have to resign from the economic development.
But I'm saying.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Well, okay. No, I'm saying economic development. I'm happy there.
Smart guy.
If I go, I haven't been approved yet. I'm gonna wait for that.
Oh, we're almost up to
You're
that,
next.
yeah. So, all right, any comments? Yes, Ed?
If you're, getting a certified public accountant to, replace the auditor, why do you continue to have auditors?
We must have an elected auditor.
We don't have to have an elected auditor. But
So when a municipality appoints a certified public accountant to tend to the duties of the auditor, there are still some slight duties that the elected auditors can review and participate in. One of them is to review and approve any salaries or compensation associated with the supervisors, as well as they're also authorized under the code to audit the books of the district magistrates. So there are certain tasks or duties under the second-class township code that the elected auditor still potentially could be involved in, even if you appoint an accountant.
Could be or mandated that they're separate in some respects.
They are separate.
Okay.
Good question. Any other questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, next, we have a volunteer application to fill the vacancy on the Economic Development Committee. And that would be Charlie Stecker. And the Economic Development Committee, had reviewed the volunteer application and recommended that the Board of Supervisors fill the vacancy with the volunteer who filled out the application form, which happens to be Charlie Stecker. So I would make that motion to appoint Charlie Stecker to the Economic Development Committee.
Second.
Any comments or questions?
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for stepping up to the plate. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, and next we have, an authorization to release the sewer escrow for Salima Investment Company. So you have Jones memo in front of you for the release of the escrow, and then, the attached letter from our budget and finance manager, so you could see what the escrow is. So this is for sewer.
Mhm.
The escrow was put, so Mark makes the motion. I will second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, and next is a Green Light Go Adaptive Signal Control Project request for payment number 4. So, Mark, would you like to make that motion to?
Motion to pay $26,639.20.
I'll second.
I'm sorry, Middle Smithfield share is 14,000.
Oh, yeah, here it is.
And-
Smithfield splits it with us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
thank you.
thanks for writing that in, Michelle.
Hey, no problem.
Yeah, and she highlighted it too.
It was in print though. I figured it was just some note. Nice map.
Okay, so Mark makes the motion, I'll second. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Aye. Okay, and now we are up to public comment. Oh, I saw Charlie's hand first and then you, Ed.
I'm only gonna go first, I mean.
Okay,
Regarding the green light though, who do we contact just to make suggestions about tweaks in the timing or some of the malfunctions in the, various lights along the way?
the supervisor who is not here this evening.
Okay.
Yes,
Good sidestep.
yeah. Well, Public Works Director.
Charlie, to answer your question, it's the supervisor is not here.
I have a feeling it was coming.
You didn't even ask the question yet.
I was actually a question, I was gonna, more of a statement for clarification.
How can I help you?
So in public comment last meeting, I mentioned about the dens I delivered. I just want to clarify, in the minutes it said I delivered to local organizations, they were not delivered to any organizations. I actually delivered them to the homes of the people that were in need of them.
Oh,
And now
okay.
we're up to 37 There's over 37 individual beds for people that were homeless, and we got into housing and we needed bedding. They got everything, they needed blankets, pillows, towels, all not from me, from the new owners of what's known as Pocono Ridge in formerly Deerfield. And just yesterday, we delivered 355-gallon trash bags full of blankets and towels to Austin, County Welfare Society, Monroe County.
Very nice.
So I just want to clarify, that's the only one that went from the organization. Everyone else, I found people in the community to different resorts. And the different avenues I had, and I delivered directly, I put them together in houses for them. Some of them I made the beds for them, so everybody's just want to make sure we know that's happening. And it's still going on, there are about 7 more beds, and then we've given all of them away instead of throwing any away, putting them in the landfill, or bringing them over here for recycling. So.
Wow, well, thank you. Appreciate it. Any other public comment? Yes.
Just a formality, but did you skip over old business?
Yes, because the old business, which is all the Revitalize 209 grant application stuff. In order to take action on it, it must be unanimous with the supervisors. So we're moving that to Tuesday. So Tuesday at 9:30 is when you can come here with. Yeah, so Ace Hardware is looking great.
Yeah, what's going on?
Any other public comment from anyone? All right, you get to make the favorite motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Record night, guys, not even 7:30.
I'll second. 20 minutes.
Aye. And that's second, Bishop, say no.